Welcome to this week's episode of the podcast, lads. I'm in the room. I'm recording this intro for you guys. This week's guest, as you guys can see from the title, his name is none other than Tanner Blakely. I got a bunch of requests for Tanner Blakely to come on. He's a really good friend. Super sick dude. I'm sure a lot of you guys that will listen to this podcast already know him. For those of you guys who don't, he's a skier. He competes on the Rev Tour and the NorAm Tour and films vlogs and creates badass content and all around just sends it pretty much everywhere he goes. And I think he's probably having more fun than all of us while he's doing it. So I'm really stoked to have him on this week. So shout out to Tyrese Thompson for the comment and for asking for Tanner Blakely on the podcast. I know there's a couple other guys. Sorry if I couldn't find them. Some of the questions were farther back in the later episodes. But Tanner has been asked to be on the podcast by multiple people. And like I said before, absolute honor to have this kid on. I wouldn't want to do the podcast with anybody else. I feel like I say that about all my guests, but every guest we have had on the podcast has been just delightful. So I'm really stoked to have him on. Before we dive into this episode of the podcast, big shout out to Red Bull for sponsoring it, or for supporting the kid and the podcast. The winter edition came out. They sent me it. It is good. I thoroughly enjoy the winter edition. I haven't really had it in a winter scene yet, but outside of the winter scene, the little fall scene we got going in the background, it's quite delicious. I like the summer edition still. I would like to say a little more, but winter edition is definitely creeping up. Also, big shout out to everybody else, all my sponsors, K2 Skis, Vertica Outerwear, Wear Leathers. If you guys want to get anything from Wear Leather, use the discount code BRUCE, all capitals, and you get something extra little goodies thrown in your bag, and I get a little bit of commission or affiliate fees. So helps me out and helps you guys out. You guys get a little extra thing here and there. So one last thing before we dive into this episode of the podcast, you'll hear me talk about the Patreon and Patreon questions a tiny bit in here. One thing I wanted to do for the podcast and the Patreon members that have already and new ones. For all the Patreon members, they will have an opportunity to ask the guest questions. Whatever guest is on the podcast that week, I will ask for questions to Patreon, and then anybody who's in the Patreon gets to look ahead at the guest and can ask them questions. As long as they're appropriate and they make sense, I will ask the person on the podcast in the interview. If they're funny, I will also ask them to them. But for those of you guys in the Patreon, if you guys give me a really creepy question to ask them, probably not going to do it. But outside of that, we're rolling good. I thought it would be a sweet way to incorporate the vlogs into the Patreon, or the podcast, my bad. Anyways, enjoy this episode. It's an absolute banger, and I will see you guys on the other side. Headbutt. There's one last thing I forgot to mention, you guys, before this podcast gets underway. I keep having technical difficulties. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I'm not a technical genius. I'm definitely not a computer wizard. But with that being said, the screen recording for Tanner Blakely didn't save. Only 2 minutes of it saved, so you guys won't get to see Tanner's face in this episode, which is kind of disappointing, but, audio only. Audio is going to do it for now, and then the camera cut out about 13 minutes in. So after that 13 minutes, it's just audio only, baby. If you guys want to listen to this one on Spotify or Apple instead, the link will be down below. You can do that, and then you don't have to walk around with your computer looking at the screen, or you can look at the screen and me and Pat's beautiful face for 13 minutes. Deuces. Welcome, creatures of all shapes and sizes, to Banged Up with Bruce Oldham, aka The Kid. This is an action sports podcast, the likes of which the world may never have seen before and may never see again. I hope you guys enjoy. I guess we are filming on all orifices now, Patrick. Patrick!
I'm trying to figure out how to transfer credits for school.
This is not productive towards the podcast. Alright, before we dive into it...
It's the most complicated thing in the world.
Okay, well, this is not a complicated podcast. This is a good, chill podcast with Tanner Blakely. Today's guest is Tanner Blakely, you guys. He'll be coming on in a minute. I'm managing the Patreon questions for this podcast. Yes, we do that now, so what do we need to do?
Jump boats.
Okay, well, we'll jump boats after this podcast. A little FYI, Pat is co-hosting with me today, but he is a little incapacitated. He can tell you why, or we can explain it later in the podcast.
Not incapacitated.
He's not incapacitated. He just he's slightly off today. He had a dirt bike accident. He took a digger.
Mm-hmm.
A fat digger.
I hit a metal pole that was too close to the track.
Ran right through a metal pole on the track. Okay. Let me get the screen recording up.
We just hit
Hey, we're up. Yo, what's up, man? How's it going, big guy?
Right now, are we?
We're not live? We can be. I can cut it out.
No. I just gotta get ready. Hold up.
All right.
Jackson's still in the bathroom, and I gotta rip a piss.
All right. Well, we'll cut it off there, and we'll come back to it. I like it. It's a good way to start off the podcast, man.
That's some code free.
I like it. Yeah, no worries.
It's Bruce, dude. Hey, Bruce.
Yo, what's up, man? How's it going, big guy?
Good. How are you?
Living life, dude. Got back from Maximize. Pretty banged up, but
Hell yeah.
yeah, man. You feeling better? You healed up yet, or what's the deal?
So I dislocated my knee 2-3 weeks ago, but I'm like almost cleared. I had like a week left.
Oh, that's sick. So you're back. Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up, bro?
Good, man. Damn, all the boys are here. I like it. I listened to.
Yeah, baby, we all live together. It's lit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to cover that. That is pretty sick. I listened to your podcast today, man.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Everybody that's listening to this, huh?
Sorry, I said it's kind of potato, but like I'm trying.
No, dude, it takes a while to figure it out at first, man. I still don't. My camera's cracked out over there. I'll probably die halfway through this. It's all fucked. But yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
it. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it worked. Well,
It doesn't work well.
Alright, you guys ready to run it up?
Yeah, we're ready to run it up. Before we run it up, everybody who hasn't listened to King Conversations should probably go do that. Quick plug. And
King Combo.
yeah, exactly. Support the other podcasts. I like it. All right, man. What's up? Good to have you on.
Hey, dude, thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm just chilling. We just cleaned our cabin at Windows, so.
Yeah, you guys got cabins,
Not a whole lot
eh?
going on today. It's all raining.
Is it just the three of you in there?
No, it's this snowboarder, Colin Schubert. He's on the Big Mountain snowboard team. And then Shiloh, he's another freesier. And then me, Connor, and Jackson.
Damn, that's a sick setup you guys got. Hell
Yeah, dude, it's dope. I'm roommates with Connor, and then Jackson's roommates with Colin.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's super dope.
Yeah.
How have you been lately? You been keeping busy?
Oh yeah, I've been having a lot of content.
Dude, I saw that. You guys went to the bag at Utah. Been ripping the park there on the skateboard and in the blades and stuff.
Yep. I'm trying to like do a variety of things for like my vlogs and stuff. So.
Yeah, I've been watching them, man. They're getting good. Better and better each time. I like it. That's fucking sick.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying my best. I'm trying to like just switch it up and do a bunch of different stuff.
Hell yeah, I like it. I was trying to get into rollerblading and skateboarding earlier this year, and then I just got too busy, and took way too many slams. But that park looks super sick. Also, before we get into this is Pat. I don't know, Pat's my roommate.
How's it going?
Pat and Tanner. He's helped me co-host some of the podcasts, just hanging out. So he used to he used to ski back in the day with me, and then
Got fucked up.
Yeah, 3 ACLs now, 2 broken heels, and he's retired to getting wrecked on his dirt bike. He tossed himself today, and I had to he took himself to the hospital. But
jeez.
Yeah.
Damn, Pat.
I got impaled with a stick. It was stuck, broke off in my arm. I had to get this like stick removed from my arm.
Yeah, he took her off track and ran over a couple of one metal stake and a wooden stake.
Jeez, that's brutal.
Yeah, so he's crippled here. I figured, do you dirt bike at all? Like,
My brother's super into dirt biking.
Yeah.
And I used to be like with him. I rode till like 12, 13, and then that's the age I got into skiing.
Yeah.
So my dad made me quit, sold my dirt bike. I was pretty bummed, but
yeah,
I still like pit bike, and I just got back into mountain biking a little bit, so I'm like still kind of in the mix.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, because I saw it in the vlogs a bit that you were repping out in pit bikes. We've been, I've been saving up for a dirt bike next season. I've been fiending. Patty got his, and they've been going around to the tracks around here, and I'm too poor at the moment to get a dirt bike.
Dude, it's so fun. It's a good investment.
I used to race back, not race. I used to go to the track a lot back in the day when I was like you said, that age, and then I sold my bike and then did some other stuff and got into skiing and stuff like that. Hell yeah! Well, I guess that's a good spot to we'll just transition, right into it. So, how did you get into skiing growing up, man? And what does your childhood look like?
So pretty much I started dirt biking at 4 years old.
Yeah.
And I was like super into it. I wanted to be like a pro dirt biker and everything. My brother was the same. We kind of like pushed each other growing up. We were like pretty much the same speed for a couple years. I mean, he was always a little bit faster than me, but I tried my best. And then I went to this private school from preschool till 7th grade, and they did these like ski days every Thursday, and
just with like as part of the school.
Yeah, just like the school would go up, and I went up and like snowboarded, and I ended up seeing. This was at age like probably 10, 11, and so I was at the mountain snowboarding, just like an absolute potato, pretty much. Yeah. And I saw like some skiers hitting rails in the park, and I was like, damn, I really want to try that out. So I like told my parents and everything. They're like, nah, you're gonna hate skiing. No way you'll like that.
Yeah.
And because like nobody in my family even skis, but I mean I tried it out and was just like instantly fell in love.
And so then when you started skiing like with the school and stuff, are you are you allowed to go in the park, or is there a park, or are you guys just kind of ripping around mountains, hitting side hits and stuff? Because that's kind of how I got into it, like just hitting side hits and trying to do threes and stuff, and just trying to boost.
When I was first starting out? Yeah. So it was my fourth time like ever skiing, and a couple of my friends, we like built a jump. We just went out and built a jump, and I just started shunting backflips like to my head, and I landed one that day, but it took probably like 12 tries, and then I was just hooked.
Hell yeah, dude, I like it. Yeah. And then so you said you went to a private school till like high school age?
So I went to private school from preschool until 7th grade.
Yeah,
and then I switched to public school.
Okay, sick. And so you said your brother. Did you just have one brother? Or?
Yeah, just my brother Ben. He's 19.
Okay.
He's super sick.
Yeah, and like I was gonna ask you that if anybody else in your family does action sports or like shit like that, but you said he's a dirt biker and he still races pretty heavily, eh? From what I've seen.
Yeah, he does. He's like kind of getting out of it a little bit though. Yeah. He just likes to throw whips and stuff and have fun with it.
Yeah. I don't blame him, man. That's like all I want to do. I want to get
pretty nice with it.
I want to rip pit bikes and get toss a couple whips.
Dude,
rip pit bikes.
It's so fun and it's such good content.
It is good content, dude. Me and Pat have been scheming. One day we want to build a compound, and we're gonna have pit bike tracks from every place, like building to building. Like in the winter, we're gonna have to like put studs on them, just rip the trails. Pit bike to like trampoline area to like whatever the fuck else is there. Just pit bike around. Yeah. We were thinking an underground pit bike tunnel from like house to house with like little whoops. It would be pretty dope too, but that's just kind of what's been on our mind lately.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick, dude.
Fuck
that would be really sick.
Cool. So you started doing that, and then in high school, I'm assuming you got into park skiing. Was that by yourself, or was there like other people like that were there doing it with you?
So I did 8th grade at a public middle school, Canfield Middle School in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And then I had, do you know Breeze, Coach Breeze, Brian McCarthy?
Yeah.
He recruited me to go to, it was Wendell's Academy at the time, so my freshman year. And I went to Wendell's my freshman year, and that's when I like got really serious about skiing.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's like kind of when I got really into it.
Yeah, and then from there you started doing some more and more and more. And
yeah, that's like what introduced me to like more competitions and stuff.
Yeah, that was literally my next question. I try to come prepared for my podcast so I don't go off the rails. So I have a couple questions written out, but I was gonna say, how did you get into competing? Was it just like kind of like the flow of things, or like are you naturally pretty competitive to begin with, or you just like going to contests and doing runs?
Well, I mean, I've been pretty competitive like my whole life. I used to play. I played soccer like until my freshman year.
Okay.
Or no, I actually quit. I quit soccer my 8th grade when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And then, because that's the year that I was like starting to get into park skiing, and I did a couple like USA events at my home mountain, and then my freshman year was when I started getting into like Rev Tours and the more serious comps.
Yeah, and so that's been how many years now that you've been competing?
So 8th, 9th, 10th. I'm a senior now, so 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, like around 4.5 years.
Damn, that's not bad at all, man. You were killing it last year. It was fun to compete against. It was fun to be there with all the boys. You guys got a good group of people over there, dude. Like your group of skiers, like you, Con, and Jackson. Like it's a solid crew. I like when I roll up at the hill and I see you guys there. I'm like, fuck yeah, it's gonna be a good day. People are gonna throw down. Somebody might get hurt. Somebody might not. Content's gonna be filmed. Everybody's gonna have a smile on. I like it. Yeah, it's a good vibe.
Yep, it's good to have a good crew around you with good energy.
Yeah, for sure. So then, I guess obviously, COVID withstanding, what's the plan for next year? You guys gonna go around and compete in all the Rev Tours in the NorAms?
Yeah, that's like the plan right now. I don't know even like what's gonna.
Yeah, it might all be canceled.
Yeah. So I've pretty much just been planning to like go with the flow of whatever we're doing and pretty much just make YouTube videos of everything. Because honestly, competing isn't really my way of like how I want to be in the sport necessarily. But I'm gonna do it like for as long as I can and see where it takes me. But just keep grinding like YouTube videos and as much content as I can throughout like all of that time.
Nice.
Yeah. No. So I actually. Literally, my next question. You're already one step ahead all the time. Big boy starts getting the skiing vlogs going. Like one of the first people to get all that stuff going, out of everybody in like our age and stuff. So I dig it. But yeah. So like you said, you've been putting out a lot of content, and like you're not like obviously you want to compete and you want to do well, but like you like the content side of things. So what's the motive behind it? Like what's the end goal with the YouTube channel? Because you like. I've seen, like, I've watched pretty much every one, and you put in a lot of work into them, and, you put out a lot, and I know, like, I personally have been trying to put out some, and I know how much it, like, takes to edit and, like, film, and it's a lot of work, man, so, and, like, you stuck consistent, like, you're on, like, I don't know, like, what episode are you on now? It was pretty high up now.
I'm working on episode 86, right?
Yeah.
Do you number yours?
I don't number mine, no. I would forget. I would just forget to number them.
Yeah, I forget a lot. I'm always like, wait, what episode am I on? I have to like check.
You just have different names.
Mine just have random names. I don't know. I'm not.
Clickbait everybody.
My YouTube channel is all over the place right now. I got things
that's good.
From podcast to ThoughtTub to everything else. But anyways, yeah. So what's the motive? What's the motive behind it?
I mean, I want to just like hopefully start. I'm pretty close to getting monetized.
Hell yeah.
And, so
it's hard,
once
man.
I get monetized, I think I'll be making like $4 a month off YouTube.
Fuck yeah,
so
you made it.
Hopefully,
you made
keep like, dude, I made it big. I'm big balling, but like hopefully, just get big enough to get like a decent couple of sponsors that will support like what I'm trying to do
with the podcast or with the YouTube videos.
Yeah, with the YouTube videos, and really just like have fun and be like as happy as I can be. Mm-hmm. Just keep doing what I'm doing right now, pretty much as long as I can.
Yeah, I fuck with it hard. You're going kind of a buttery films kind of approach. Do some badass stuff, have some good times.
Buttery films.
Dude, this kid is addicted now. He's been ever since he got his dirt bike back this year and started riding more. He's like every time it drops, he's watching the video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, he's got some good stuff. I really like his videos.
Yeah, dude, they definitely got the right idea around it, but
yeah,
I think me and Jack.
That's kind of like why I'm trying to get like mountain biking, pit biking, like a bunch of dirt biking stuff, all in like. So I have a pretty big variety of like content, so I can target different audiences.
Yeah, because your stuff is not just skiing based, which is good. Because skiing is like keeping it skiing. You get probably for me personally, I find when I go off topic with my content, like out of skiing, I get a little bit less views and stuff. But like skiing, you can only get so big with.
No, if you do it, Buttery knows everybody. Like he knows the Deegans and Josh Hansen and all those dudes. Yeah. So he just uses them as like a tool to get more views. But
I'm not about to go film a vlog with Spagooty or Andre
or quads.
Doing quads with Andre or Gatley. There you go. That would be a great one. Yeah, no, but that's really smart, man. Have you done anything like with SEO and stuff like that? Because some of the things I've been putting out obviously is like. I put out like how to tricks. Like, I mean, not everybody that watches my vlogs wants to see that, but like
Yeah.
But like it helps little kids that are looking to learn. Like I was one day, like always looking on the internet. But also it brings in a lot of new viewers and stuff like that. Like
yeah, that's kind of the goal is to like get a bunch of different audiences, and then hopefully they start to see the other videos and they're like, oh, that looks interesting, might as well watch it, and then maybe inspire them to go try something new.
Hell yeah. And then would you like want to get each episode like sponsored by like have like 4 or 5 sponsored and say like brought to you by Tanner Blakely's vlog, brought to you by, or something like that, or just do, because I was thinking about doing something like that.
I mean, yeah, that would be pretty cool to have each episode sponsored, like different, I guess, but it would be nice to have a pretty consistent sponsor that you could be like, I need this for this video, and if they could just like hook it up for whatever you need.
Well, I was thinking like getting like 4 sponsors that would like pay you like, I don't know, let's say each sponsor pays you $500 a month, right? Then you have 4 sponsors doing that, and those are your 4 sponsors that sponsor the vlog for that year, or something like that. And like just those 4,
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, and I was thinking
that'd be sick to have.
Yeah, because I was thinking about doing that for like the podcast and stuff. Also, I don't know if you've looked into like Patreon or anything, because let's be real, YouTube AdSense is not going to pay the bills.
It won't.
It won't.
No way.
It won't.
I've seen there's a snowboarder that's like kind of snowboards at my home mountain, and he put out an edit on that.
On Patreon?
But, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's hard to get subscribers on that.
It is, yeah. So for me right now, I just started. I haven't really put a lot of effort into it. Like I want to do, once the ski season comes around, I want to do like a bunch of stuff like on there. So like all of my normal YouTube stuff on like my YouTube channel and stuff, but then post like games of like my own games of slush, like against like other people, like games of ski but against other people, like maybe let people pick tricks and stuff, and post that on the Patreon only. And like for instance, I got like I have 5 people on my Patreon now.
One of them is you.
One of them's him.
Big news. He pays for his own Patreon.
He's on my Patreon. I got him signed up. But yeah, I got 5 people, and I think I make like $50 a month from it now, which is decent.
So true. That's right. It charges one person like $2 a month or something, right?
Well, you can set it however much you want.
Oh, true. All right.
And you can like make different tiers and stuff. I don't know. It was something that I thought like I was like hoping like, obviously you want to like make sure you give value to people when you're doing stuff like that, but like
it'd have to be something like super special, like exclusive content.
Like for me,
like Pat drops his sack on the mic.
Yeah, there's a video of Pat dropping his sack on the podcast mic on there. Exclusive content. It's good because none of it's
exclusive.
Yeah, none of it's controlled, so you can post whatever you want. But yeah, like I think I got a workout plan like for people like that. So like when you like sign in, there's a workout plan plus all other exclusive content shit like that. But that was one of the things, because like also like I don't know like if we didn't really cover it, but contest skiing in my eyes is not going to pay the bills to where I want to be. Like if I'm just contest skiing, like
you can contest ski next year if you do well this year.
Like
and like if you're not at the very very top, it's like hard to be doing good.
Yeah, but like think about how many people like me or you or like Jackson or like those guys, or like even like BG, like those guys, like none of us are making any money. We're spending a shit ton of money every year to go compete.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's like kind of hopefully like the content grind pays off at some point.
Dude, it will. It's picking up already. I've noticed it picks up and picks up.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'm like super glad I got into like ski vlogs like kind of early.
Yes.
There's not a whole lot of people doing it right now, so.
No.
I'm pretty stoked on that.
Well, that's why I want to talk to you about that, because you were like, out of like everybody I know other than Spagooty, you're like one of the.
Nobody watches that.
You're like one of the first people to get into it, and like our age range or like our like scene, and I think it's really cool what you guys are doing with that, and it's cool that you guys are all like, it's sick because all you guys are there together, and you guys can just like film and like. Do shit, and you have like you always have content to film. Like me, I'm stuck at home working like 9 to 5, and I have like I'm like trying to think of content to do, and I'm like, oh, god damn it. But like
it's pretty easy to find content when I'm surrounded by like all of these people.
Yeah, and you guys have like you have the park there and like the skate park, and you have that rail set up, which is sick.
Yep.
I guess we'll cover that. What's it like to be like living at what is it called? WY'EAST Academy?
Yeah, WY'EAST Academy.
Yeah.
Did that replace Wendell?
Formerly Wendell's.
Yeah.
Wendell's
that was the dream when I started. Wendell's Academy.
Yeah. That's definitely the dream.
It's definitely like the dream school. I mean, I'd never thought my parents would let me go, but somehow I convinced them to let me go my freshman year. And I'm here for my 4th year, my senior year of high school. The first 3 years, it was super awesome. Like, I mean, it's definitely still awesome, but COVID is just, like, making it terrible. They're doing the best they can with the whole COVID stuff, but it sucks. Like, I've gotten videos where it's like, you have to have your mask on and everything. Like, we're not allowed to hang out with some kids. I haven't even met some of the kids that I go to school with yet because COVID.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what does it look like? Because obviously it's not a normal like high school. Like, you have how many people are there in total?
I think there's like 30 skiers, and they just have like a mountain bike. They just started a new mountain bike program, so there's definitely new kids there. Yep. And then so it's pretty much like you live on this campus.
Yep.
With your whole cabin. It's like called a ski cohort, so you can only hang out with your ski team. Can't hang out with like any of the snowboarders or anything.
Just because of COVID, or like just?
Yeah, just because COVID. If COVID wasn't here, you could do whatever you wanted.
Okay.
But so pretty much, you live here pretty much inside of a skate park, and then you go to school for a couple hours out of the day, and then train with your coaches for all the other time that you have. My schedule right now. We just started this new thing where we do yoga, so we have to wake up at 6:50 and then be up in Bob, which is building out back the indoor skate park of WY'EAST Academy, and we do yoga inside the skate park at like 7 is when we're supposed to be there. So that's honestly like I hated it at first, but after doing it a couple times, it's like a good way to get your day going.
Yeah,
and then
for sure.
After that, we go back and kind of chill in our cabin until 10 o'clock, and then we have school from 10 to 11:45, and then we have lunch, and then at 1 o'clock we meet up with our coaches and do whatever our like training is for the day, which could be on the dry slope or the trampolines, or even skateboarding, depending on what we're doing. But then in the winter, the schedule pretty much just changes a lot because you'll ski for like either the whole morning and do school the whole afternoon, or do school in the morning and then ski in the afternoon.
Damn, you guys are like living the life. So how do you do a normal school semester if you're only doing like 2 hours a day? Like, how does that work?
You really have to grind. My first year was definitely tough because I was not used to the online school at all.
Yeah.
But I figured it out after my first year. I was like constantly pretty far behind, and then my second year I learned that you just have to like stay on top of it, and if you stay on top of it, you're just like you're set pretty much. But just not letting yourself fall behind is the main thing, and you definitely have to do school like outside of your school blocks. Like I did school for like an hour this morning, and it's a Saturday. Just so I can stay on track.
And is it all online, or like do you have some teachers?
Yeah, so it's online school program. Mm-hmm. We're like set up with an online school in Portland called MIWA, and but we have to go to a classroom where we have a teacher. Her name's Jamie. She's awesome, and she pretty much just like makes sure we're on top of our stuff, like checks up on our grades and all of that.
Nice. Okay, that makes sense. Sweet.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys are like, that's probably like, as a kid growing up, that's like my ideal situation. Yeah. Sorry, Pat helped me spit it out here. Sick. Okay, well, I mean, I know you guys got a lot of shit to do, so we'll wrap this up in a sec. Also, my camera died, so there's no video of me sitting on my casting couch for the last 20 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this couch has been through some hell, man. I brought this thing to university, to college. Here, it's seen some things that nobody should ever have to see.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's why we don't do in-person podcasts. Well, we haven't yet.
That's because you live here.
Yeah, I also live here. The world's worst place with the worst Wi-Fi ever.
Oh God.
It's brutal. Yeah, I have to for these podcasts. I use my data and just burn it. So, because otherwise it just doesn't work. It will not go. All right, so I got 2 Patreon questions for you, man.
Okay.
First one comes from Graham Hay. I think like one of the ideas I had was for the podcast is I was gonna like get Patreon members to like ask questions for my guests, and you were like one of the first guests I was gonna do it for. So we got 2 questions for you.
Okay.
And
Can I ask a question for this?
yes, you can ask your question. Pat is actually one of the question
Did I ask a
askers.
question?
Yeah, you did.
I don't remember.
Yeah. He just threw one up there to make everybody feel loved. So first question comes from Graham Hay. How much has Windell's helped you progress over the years?
How much, like, for a full year? How much does it cost?
Like how much has it helped you progress?
As an athlete.
And get better throughout the summers and training and stuff. Yeah.
Definitely a lot. Like, a lot. I would not be anywhere close to where I am without Windell's and, like, the coaching. It's been, like, so crazy. The progression was honestly, like, insane to me because I came here with, like, a cork set, like a really bad cork 7.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, senior year now. I have all 4, like, dubs.
Yeah.
It's, like, pretty much whatever level you put your mind to, you can get to if you grind, like, hard enough.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I totally get that. And you guys have been progressing really fast with the Super Tramp and with the Super Tramp and dude, the rails and like everything. It looks sick. What was Windell's like this year though? Because it was all COVID-y. Not COVID-y. It was like, there was rules
like
and
the
shit.
summer camp.
Yeah, because it was different, right?
It was pretty like it was just weird, honestly, because you're like not allowed to mix in with the other kids, and then you just have to wear a mask everywhere. Everybody's always yelling at you for your mask, and at Mount Hood, you just pretty much have to wear your ski mask. It wasn't like super crazy bad.
Yeah.
It's worse now than it was this summer, but.
Okay. So because I've never been to Windell's, I'm assuming I've wanted to go so bad, but I can't drop the money to do that. I'm assuming it's like pretty much same vibe as Momentum. You have a T-bar, you go hot laps, and there's like a couple sick jumps and stuff.
So there's like what used to be a separate Windell's lane, which was like a private lane, and then the Timberline lane, which is owned by like the Timberline Mount Hood or whatever.
Yeah.
Owned both of it. Summer, open to public. There's a lane with like a 2 jump lines, so kind of just smaller jumps, and then there's the pro park is what they call it, which is a little bit higher, and then they just have 1 big jump with rails kind of scattered everywhere.
Sick. Okay, that sounds pretty sick. Like I've obviously seen the videos, but I never skied there. Is the snow good, or is it just like warm, slushy, good vibes?
Yeah, definitely warm, slushy, good vibes. In the mornings, it's like they salt in the mornings, so it's like icy and stuff, and you can grind, and then afternoons are just like good times with the boys, pretty much.
Hell yeah, sick. All right, and next Patreon question comes from the man himself, Podcast Pat.
What was it?
How do you like Majesty skis? What are your thoughts?
Dude, my thoughts on Majesty skis, dude, honestly, I love them. Like, I really do. The Majesty Vandal, they're like the most fun ski I've ever rode. They're like super wide at the tip and tail, and they're super, super light. So they're like amazing for slush, and then just like anything you want to do, really. They work pretty good in the powder since they're so wide.
Yeah.
And then the Majesty Crowbar, which is like the ski that I compete on.
That's the orange one?
No, the Crowbar is black.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Vandal's the red one.
Oh, it's red, yeah.
They're like all red.
Yeah.
The Crowbar's like stiff and a really good comp ski that I like competed on all year. But the Vandal's definitely my favorite ski ever.
Oh yeah.
They used to have Majesty skis on like a game I used to play on my iPhone like 4 years ago.
No way.
Yeah, that's the only time I'd heard about them, and I hadn't seen a lot of people riding them. That's why I was like, oh, no way. I wonder what these skis are actually.
Dude, that's lit.
They're starting to make a comeback. Well, not like a comeback, but like I've seen a lot more people riding them now.
Like they were more of a European.
Yeah, they're not that big in the States, but they're like pretty big in Japan and like Norway and stuff, I guess.
Yes.
It's like
one
of my first ski sponsors was Amplid Skis, which have like no presence in the States, but they're decent in the Europe side of things.
Yeah, those skis look like they suck.
No, they were some of the best skis.
They look like NFXs, but skinny. Those skis are the worst. I will not endorse NFXs on this podcast. I refuse.
How did Amplid get to be an NFX? They're like nothing like an NFX.
Every time I've seen anybody ride them, they look stiff as board, and they look like super skinny. They look like mogul skis that are like super thick and stiff.
They make like 5 different models of skis.
I don't know. I'm not an Amplid connoisseur. I ride my poachers, and I'm happy with that. I'm quite content.
Yeah.
All right, cool, dude.
Just ride whatever you like.
Yeah, well, I mean, to a certain extent, we don't endorse mogul skiing on here as well, unless you're gonna drop some badass stuff and maybe hit some jump switch. Dude, some of the gnarliest bails I've ever seen come from mogul skiing. It's like once they get heated and they just
go a little too fast with the jump, and it's a game, set, match in one move.
Yeah, dude, they get so bodied.
So bodied. My knees can't handle it. Just watching it, I'm like, nah, I'm a pass. Do you guys have workout programs and stuff? I saw a couple of videos of you in the gym, or?
Yeah, we pretty much just have stations right now, which is like you go and ski on the dry slope with one coach, and then, or you'll be on the trampoline with a different coach, and then in the gym with the third coach.
Oh,
and you
sick.
spend like an hour at each station, so it's like an hour workout, an hour on the dry slope, an hour on the tram.
Oh, that's super chill. All right, man. Last question, and then I'll let you free to go hang out with the boys and film some more vlogs and get some content and stuff. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I've been asking this question to everybody. It's a hard one to answer. What do you see? What's the goal? Where are you going to be?
Very hard to answer. The goal is to be happy. I want to be happy, just like
it's a good start.
Still vibing with everyone. Hopefully have enough money to be like living in a decent apartment with some roommates and still just grinding content. I mean, that's a really tough question because I have no idea. 5 years. That's crazy.
5 years, man. It's a long ways away.
Hopefully Park City or Colorado, somewhere in there, and just like have a good group of people around me to like travel and film with.
Yeah. Are you making enough money off your vlogs and stuff to compete and travel and hang out with your friends by that point? Is that the goal? It's 5 years, man.
That's the goal by that point. Definitely not right now, but
no, that $4 in ad revenue is not going to cut it.
Yeah.
It's not going to get.
I don't even get that yet.
Yeah.
Once I'm monetized, I might.
How many watch hours are you at?
Here, I'll check real quick. Watch hours.
Because that's what I'm missing. I'm at like 2,100 or 200, and I'm like only halfway there. I'm like, this is fucked.
Yeah, dude, it's so hard. Yeah, I only have it in minutes. I'm at 205,000 minutes.
Oh, sorry, yeah, minutes. That's what I meant. It's in minutes. My bad.
Yeah, but so you need 240,000 minutes to get monetized, and I'm at 205,000.
So you're close.
I'm like, it's like so close, but so far.
It is, yeah. The podcasts have actually been helping me out because not everybody listens to the end, especially on YouTube. But when they do, it's like 40 minutes. So it's like kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's why I kind of want to start making a little bit of longer videos just to stack up a little bit more, but
it's
don't
hard.
make them too long.
You have to have the watch time good. The watch time's important, but it's hard to keep it up.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sick, dude. Well, I'll sign off the podcast here. Before you head out, do you want to tell the audience about your YouTube channel or anything like that? Where can they find you? Where can they follow you at?
My Instagram, Tanner Blakely with 2 R's, and then YouTube channel, just type in Tanner Blakely. Make vlogs, just pretty much me and friends having as much fun as we possibly can.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, everybody who's listening to this podcast right now is going to subscribe, and they're going to hit that little bell like they're supposed to. They're going to like every video, and they're going to watch the whole thing. Otherwise, we're going to clap them. We're going to go out and we're going to clap them. All right.
Yep, Bruce definitely got the best audience in the game.
I don't know about that. I'm trying to keep up with you guys, but it's hard. You guys are setting the bar high. I like it. Gentlemen and gentle ladies, that was this week's episode of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. It was actually a lot of fun talking to Tanner. I haven't got to sit down and talk to him like kind of one-to-one for actually like not really like in a scene like this and ever. So it was nice to get to know the kid more. He's super sick. Keep an eye out for him in the future because he is definitely going to be on the up. And he's just doing a lot of cool things. So it's really exciting, and he absolutely kills it on the skis, as you guys who follow him already know. I hope you guys enjoy this episode of the podcast. Let me know what you think about the Patreon questions idea. We can do questions with the actual YouTube channel every once in a while for podcasts that I run with just me and Pat, like Q&As. But outside of that, if you guys want to ask any of the guest questions, sign up for the Patreon, hit it up. I know I keep talking about it, but I am really trying to provide as much value as I can for you guys. And hopefully it'll get to a point where I can keep using all that to improve pretty much all the content that I make for you guys, and just keep building and building and building, because I got some big plans, and we haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg, baby. Cheers. If you guys haven't left a review, like this video, or just give me 5 stars on Spotify or Apple or YouTube, whatever you're listening to it on, do that. I would really appreciate it. It helps the podcast get known by more people and more people. And then if you want to watch the last episode of the podcast, it was with Christian Primrose, badass snowboarder. So if you haven't heard that one already, go watch that. I'm out. Mic drop.